Being a carer has been my life. I started when I was a teenager looking after my mum, who was terminally ill. My dad had died when I was 4, so when mum became ill when I was 12, my brother and I had to look after her till she died when I was 15. And then I was brought up by my grandparents, and eventually obviously my nana became quite frail after my granddad died, and for her last 10 years I was sort of prime responsibility for her caring. And now I'm a carer with my wife for my wonderful son John, who has an undiagnosed neurological condition, means he can't walk or talk. Before pandemic, often carers would get some support. They'd be able to hopefully not be so isolated. They would be able to sometimes get respite care. I think carers will be exhausted, and I think they will feel some quite lonely without having any external help in some parts during the lockdown. In Cheltenham, on a visit there, I was helping out the food bank and taking deliveries to people, and one of the deliveries was to a lady called Terry, who was retired, but she was looking after a very elderly mother who was very frail. And she wasn't able to leave the home very much because her mother was totally dependent on her. And so she had this isolation feeling, and also really tough financially, really tough. And she was reliant on the food bank, as indeed I think many more carers have been reliant on people delivering food and the generosity of the local community. Unpaid carers they're on the front line, and I think we need to reach out to them and help them. And I think £1,000 a year increase in carers allowance would go some way to dealing with the financial hardship that many are in.